A couple of days have passed since I got this V8 S10. We're going to get up under it today and figure out which transmission it has, see if we can see a converter up in there, determine which engine it is exactly. I got the door where it stays shut. If you saw the last video, that's a major improvement. Step one, got to put some air in the front tires with this little bitty critter because it won't even go up on the ramps. It just wants to skid them. Also, who paints a chrome grill with a crack in it gold? Okay, air's in the tires. I have it up on the ramps. Now, if you look at the way that pan looks, it's like a square with a little notch cut out of the side of it. That's a turbo 350. Also, if you look at that converter, that's a little bitty converter. So maybe it's just spinning, winging up all to hell instead of slipping on the transmission. See that filter in there? That's probably where it's leaking. There's also a clamp on a hose there. This is kind of what I expected. When you run across projects like this, sometimes you kind of have to go back in and fix the stuff that was just not really done very well. A couple of Flowmasters. I'll take that. Doesn't look too terribly bad out here. The exhaust is a bit odd, admittedly. Comes over there, then does this Tetris looking thing here. I don't know what that's all about. But it does eventually go into two Flowmasters, and that's why it sounds good. Frame rails appear to be really, really good. The body mount's fantastic. The floors, I mean really good. Get my thumb out of the way here. But look up in there. This whole underside of this truck looks fantastic. It looks a little wet on the oil pan there, but it doesn't look like it's flying back. See what I mean? How the flex plate looks clean? Transmission does look all greasy and funky though. Well, let's get up under the hood. This fan belt was just so loose on there that when I fired it up, I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to get all ground up and everything else, so I took it off, set it over there. But the first thing I'm going to do is loosen this a bit, put that belt on, and tighten it where it's supposed to be. My buddy Dylan has a pretty good eye and a pretty good ear. He said, "That sounds like a high torque starter." Well, that's the giveaway right there, that block of aluminum. That's a high torque starter. Also, dude, that converter is the ultimate in dinkiness. If you're not familiar with torque converters, generally speaking, the bigger the torque converter, the bigger the casing, the lower the stall, which is the RPM at which the transmission engages. So when you go to a smaller one like this, it has to spin at a higher RPM before it engages. Now, the reason you do that, it's kind of like if you are in a clutch equipped car and you let off the clutch at an idle. You could probably just kill the engine, but you rev it up real hard and it delivers a lot more power. Same premise with these. This is just centrifugally engaging the transmission, so it revs up a little higher. Also, you can see back here, there's a little wetness on that rear main, and there's a drop right there. So minimally, we're going to get up in there and go around that pan and see if we can determine where that's coming out. Got a knock sensor on it, so it's a later engine. You see the wiring over here. That's just sketchy. I'm going to have to get up into there and do that properly. I'm assuming there's going to be a white wire up in here. And we're looking right at one. Yeah, down in there. Pull up on that one. That was not the most difficult thing I've ever done. I'm just going to pull it up here and put a kink in it and just do like that. You can always tell when you have a bad accelerator pump, this piece right here. If you tip the gas in, looking down into the primary side of the carburetor, and you don't see fuel going in or hear it. No noise there whatsoever. So stock size is 30 cc. I have to take off the 4 half-inch bolts holding the carburetor on it. It took me a while to find some half-inch wrenches because everything I have is metric. I don't know if that's embarrassing or I don't know. But first, a swap meet. Oh look, it's like a swap meet, only smaller. I drove an hour for this. That was anticlimactic at best. They're still warming up the taco trailer, so I didn't even have that as an option. It's a raceway though, like a speedway. Huston Cadillac Buick GMC. It's Auburndale Speedway. Huh. Well, I guess I'm going to the other swap meet. Seeing what's there. It's not that far from here. You know? Okay. Alright. I kind of had to stop. Florida has its share of weird things. What? What? Okay, we're gonna have to get through this. What the heck? And I tell you, these things right here, they're like sharpened. That's like downright sharp. Wow, this is crazy. Just in case you're wondering what that is back in the, yeah, that's a dragon. That's a dragon. I'd like to come by here on Halloween. And okay, this is crazy. What? Just on the side of the road, people. What the heck? I don't hate it. Probably would after dark. Same property, second entrance. This is wild. We gotta close in a little bit on this. That is crazy. Okay. Anytime you see a car on the side of the road and you feel like you can help, especially if it doesn't seem a bit sketchy, like if it's just somebody broken down and you think maybe you can help them, whether it be changing a tire or whatever, you should always try. This is gonna look a little weird to this guy on the old street rod that broke down. Kind of Prius asking if he needs some help. All he did was run out of gas. This guy right here just put a gallon in and off we go to the gas. I'm gonna follow him. 383 stroker, brand new car, not even 1,000 miles, but I'm gonna follow him to the gas station, make sure he gets there, because I'm sure this does not get the absolute best fuel economy of all time. Okay, lots of funnels. 754 next to a KZ. Wow. KZ 1000. And that, I have no idea. Something modified. I love the back hub though, that's cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. The Reapers. Agent? Adgant? I don't know. It's got a Ford in there.
We have some raffles for some gift baskets up here. We have a raffle for a gift.
All right.
That's going to be drawn tomorrow, so people have to get in on those raffles. We got a lot of vendors out here. Make sure you visit them all. We appreciate them coming out. The food is down at the bottom of here. We have something to eat, something to drink. At 11:15, we got the Jack Jones Band coming up.
told me that the $2,600 job takes her 4 days. Oh, yeah. Completely black.
Okay, I found somebody who has some old car stuff in a barn. So I'm going to make a small detour. I'm not really into Packard stuff, but he does have some other stuff hanging on the wall, signage, that kind of stuff. So that's where I'm going now. You know, I thought I grew up in the country. This guy is in the country. But this is the kind of place where you can have really big buildings, you know, that have lots of cool car stuff in them. Let's go see what he's got. Okay, we got Packard parts. The heck? That's terrifying. Trying to look back in the corners here, see if there's something that I just can't live without. He said that most of the signs are long gone. That's what went first. And they went for about what they should. About retail. Really? Okay, we're asking about the Hemi. We're asking about that mannequin. I still found a couple things in here. That's pretty cool. I think we can still find some things in here. Truck tag, Pennsylvania. And it's got a coil spring front end on it, so that one's been modified a bit. That's pretty cool. Little rifle boxes, I think. Wow, he has collected a lot of stuff. Just got told the Hemi is a 1956 354 cubic inch, totally stock. And it's for sale. Got a 180 engine. Flathead inline 8, used in a whole lot of Packards. Now see, that's cool. Zoom out for that. That's very cool. Wow, don't see many of those. I'm going to ask him about that too. Got a couple of the 180s over there. Lathe gauges. I'm assuming it's all Packard, or most. Everything. Old ambulance. That's so cool. Oh, that's so cool. Clipper. Wow. Seats and hoods and all kinds of stuff. There's a car in there somewhere. That's pretty cool. Not gonna lie, that guy wanted every single dime for everything he had. And a lot of the signs and stuff were already gone. Hi. Yeah, she probably just heard me say that. But it's true. Look at this guy's driveway, though. I expect the Wicked Witch of the East to like appear on top of a burning log cabin. Pretty cool out here, though. Yeah, like I said, though, he was right at retail for every single thing he had, if not a little above. He even had a little engine stand, and the engine stand, brand new, is right at 50 bucks. It's like 55 delivered, and he wanted 40 for it, used. Look at that canopy there. I know, you're thinking, Sean, why does your dash have 712 lights on? I don't know. Maybe I should look into that. Maybe not. No, it's actually this unit. I don't even know what it's called. It has something to do with like the inverter coolant pressure system annihilator Death 3000 or something like that. But I'm still driving it. Just kicks down the gas mileage a little, but not much. Hanging out in Bushnell, little car lot here. Generic. A what? 70 Mustang. Which, you know what's kind of weird about this one? It's a ragtop, but look down the door. I don't know if somebody did that. Can you tell that? Looks like somebody... Man, did somebody like kick it or something? Anyway. 70 ragtop. Tell you what, when you find the right woman, you love her. Tat and all. Even if she's got one of them tramp stamps, you love her tat and all. That's not a bad looking ride. Probably a 302 with an auto. But what is up with that door? Got kind of alignment issues kind of everywhere. The hood looks all funky. Fender. Kind of wild. Huh. That's Sumter Cars and Trucks, 352-568-1001, in case you're looking for something like that.
But it's been done up.
Oh, not, oh,
Yeah.
kick flow heads.
Yeah, thing's a beast. Whole top half of the motor. We didn't do it.
Yeah, a whole bunch
From
of
what
new
I
stuff in
understand,
there.
the vehicle sat for, I don't know how long. I was told 30 years. I don't know. So
Oh,
I
geez.
don't know if all that's 30 years old.
I wouldn't think
Okay.
so. 'Cause- well, then again,
Well-
Trick Flow's been around for a while.
But we towed it in. We on a flatbed. We brought it on a flatbed. We drained out all the fluids, emptied the gas lines, the gas tank, and everything.
Yeah.
We filled it all back up. My mechanic did all the work, so when he started to try to crank it, made a few adjustments here and there, got it running. It idles. It'll sit and idle. It's got to warm up for probably 7 minutes or so before you can actually put it in gear, though.
Yeah.
Because if it's not, my mechanic's like, you change that out and put on a fuel injection. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, you can still dial in the carburetor where it would work really well.
But the owner's not trying to put a ton of money into it because he
Yeah.
doesn't want to mark it up so high that, because he knows it needs work. It's not perfect.
What is it now?
It
Price?
was 22. If we got it perfect, not perfect, you know what I'm saying? If we got it,
Yeah.
So there's two different price ranges. There's where it's you're showing it off, it looks good, it goes to the car events, and you're worth about 35 to 37,000.
Yeah.
Or you got it where it's going to like the actual car shows where it's pristine.
Okay, who knows what happened to the door? And take a guess. Show of hands, how many people out there guessed that a goat hit the door? And when he did so, he also knocked the mirror off. He saw his reflection. He's like, ain't no other goats in this field. So it's an animal, it's a farm, it's a horse, a Mustang, but that poor car. They said they want 22 for it. It's got some overspray here and there, body panel alignment issues, which any early Mustang has body panel alignment issues. It's hard to tell how much rust is or isn't in the car, But he said it sat for like decades. See, there, man, this side of the car, both sides of the car just dings front to back. Whew. Little optimistic on the price, but you know, Sumter Cars and Trucks, which is also SumterCarsandTrucks.com. When was the last time you saw a 70 ragtop with an aluminum headed 302 in it? I'm trying to find a restaurant long about now. Brother like me, time to go eat. Garage sale. And it's the best kind. It's all dude stuff. See that big gum machine? You guys know deep down in my heart, I like gum machines. I've never had one of those big useless ones like that. There's some kind of, look over there. No huge bubble gum machine for the kid. Looked like it'd been sitting outside for a while. Had some vermin, some rodents or something living in it. Some family. But it would be kind of fun if you think about it. Put the little baby rodents up in the top, put in a quarter, let them go down that little slide thing. That'd be fun. The black-eyed pea Southern style cooking sounds fergalicious. Looks like they know how to make meatloaf. Fries are good too. Sweet. Huge sweet tea. As the Florida sun starts to set, I sit here thinking thoughts about the day. What did I learn? Well, I learned that some people want within 1/1000% of high retail for everything they own. The guy with all the Packard stuff. I did, however, get this microphone. Blues Brothers reference. And I got 2 boxes of 22 rounds. You know, for plinking and whatnot. It was a successful day. I didn't get a carburetor. I didn't get a couple of the things I really wanted, but I did have a pretty good lunch. Had some meatloaf, which had bacon across the top of it. I've never encountered that until today. I can't say that anymore, though, I guess. Strangely, it was okay. I enjoyed the coleslaw more. Good coleslaw, crackers and whatnot. But that's the cessation of today's activities. I hope you guys had fun. Tomorrow we'll do some more stuff. We still have to get the S10 running and driving properly. Carburetor's got to get dialed in. We have to get the Z06 supercharger in place and go do burnouts with that. We have to go to a couple more swap meets and load the truck and trailer for those. But in the meantime, have a great night. Thanks for coming along.